This one I think kind of looks like me. Hello everyone and welcome back. I am Chris Noosh and this is another Noosh vlog. So this week, bam, already back into a sketch. This week I am working on 3 sketches that are, I guess, on the theme of animals wearing clothes or creatures wearing clothes. They're all animals. I don't know why I went to creatures. Animals wearing clothes. The sketch that you see me working on right now is something that I did this morning. It is a turtle wearing a turtleneck t-shirt and some real stylish boots. I don't know where the idea for this actually really came from. I kind of just started sketching. I think initially I was going to put a turtle in a turtleneck, but it seemed also kind of funny to throw some high heel boots on. I don't know what's going on, but that's what this sketch is. This is one of the 3 animals wearing clothes. I was Googling like accessories to be wearing. And so let me show you the other 2 animals. First of all, the finished sketch of this turtle looks like that right there. That is the finished sketch. It's pretty goofy. I like those were just like little shading marks on the bottom of his face, but I decided to make it like a mustache. I thought that looked funny too. So that is the first sketch. The second sketch is this penguin wearing a necktie. The penguin in the middle, the sun in the middle has a penguin face. And the third sketch is this sloth wearing a scarf. So I need to get all those drawn out into the board. Those are all going to be carved and painted pieces this week. I also have a t-shirt block that I want to carve out this week. I received a couple requests for a guinea pig. So I've sketched out this real round, real fluffy guinea pig, and that is going to be carved out this week as well. And I hope to be able to get this all finished this week. I do have a project, actually 2 freelance projects I'll be working on in the background. Hopefully I can get it all done. But the first thing that I need to do is I need to get those drawings up onto a board. So let's start the process there. Dark room, check. Board, check. Sharpie, check. All right, draw it out. 10 minutes go by and boom, I am done. But truth be told, I wish it was this easy. Wouldn't that be nice? And this is my scroll saw. It might be the most tedious part of my whole process. Not that it takes too long. This only took me about 10 minutes to cut out. But it's just kind of boring to sit here and follow a line. And it also makes my back hurt. It's Wednesday now. I've got all the blocks worked out, got them all ready to carve. I've spray painted all the edges. I've done everything. I've got it all ready to go. I also did a handful of tiny carvings that I'm going to kind of work on as well. As I was doodling last night, just kind of relaxing, I ended up drawing out a handful of tiny carvings. So those will come up. I may not carve those this week, but I also might. Yesterday I worked all day doing freelance work, and so today I'm going to do a little bit of time, see how far I can get on this turtle mustache guy. This is going to be my main goal this week, is finishing this guy up, as well as doing the freelance work in the background. Here we go. I'm going to start carving. A lot of people ask, hey, your wood looks so soft. What kind of wood do you use? Hey, I tried carving. My wood's kind of hard. Well, so here's the thing. Wood is hard. This looks soft because number 1, it's sped up a lot. And number 2, I've been carving for, I guess about 12 years now. I've been carving for a while. So I make it look soft. I also have tools that I know how to keep sharp. I'm able to keep them as sharp as possible. And so it looks like it carves like butter. But I gotta be honest with you, it doesn't. My hands hurt sometimes at the end of the carving. Wood is hard. Carving is hard. And it puts little red marks on my hand. I've got calluses all over my fingers just from carving. Carving is hard. You've seen trees. You know how hard wood is. See, but I get myself in trouble by doing stuff like this. Nothing in my process is this easy. I really do wish it was, though. I really do. It's Thursday now, and yesterday you saw me carve this turtle. These are quite large. They're about 16 inches large, 16 inches big. That sentence sounded weird. But this one's finished, and then I also stayed up late and carved this penguin last night too. And once again, the sun in the belly is a little penguin face. I thought that would be fun. So he is wearing a tie. This one's got a turtleneck and some boots. And the last one that I need to carve is this sloth wearing a scarf. I'm going to do that right now as I wait for emails from my freelance clients to come in. And then tomorrow, fingers crossed, I'll have enough time to paint all these guys up, and we can have 3 new carvings finished this week. Let's get started. This one I think kind of looks like me. I don't know. What do you think? All right, I gotta start carving it. So with this little carving montage, I wanted to try something differently. I tried to not move the board a whole lot and carve each little section from beginning to end. So you can see how I start off. I start off by like outlining the area I want to carve, and then I carve the directional marks to kind of indicate the form that I'm carving. And then I'll kind of do a whole row of things and round off the corners, just move with the fur, you know, all these fun little areas. This little spot's like, I kind of liken it to Illustrator, where I use the tool to trace the outline of the line that I want to make. And I also like making these little tiny little tick marks. And then the sloth is all finished. Yay! So with the completion of the sloth, all 3 of the Fashionable Friends carvings, is that a good name for this series? I don't know. All 3 of these carvings are finished. I'm pretty happy with how the scarf came out. I think there's a lot of cool details in there, and it looks like fabric to me, which is nice with all like the wrinkles and how it, you know, it just looks like fabric. So I was pretty happy with that, how that turned out. With these all done, I've noticed something kind of unique. I've got 3 of them, and they're all going to be built around a base color. With the sloth, it's going to be like an orangey brown. The turtle's going to be a green color, and the penguin's going to be purple. I paint all of my penguins purple, and all of those are secondary colors. So I've got my color wheel here. Actually, let's just show this side of the color wheel. And the secondary colors, all that means is they're not primary. So the primaries are red, yellow, and blue. And then when you mix those colors together, well, 2 of each, you get green, orange, and purple. So I can use this to make a color scheme for each one. And I've got some color scheme rules on the back here for something to do. So let me think about what color scheme I want to use for each one, and then I can come back and explain what I'm going to do for each one. So I've decided that I'm going to use a split complementary color scheme for each one. So for the turtle, I'm just going to explain the turtle one. If I use green, which I'm going to use as my base color, green, split complementary means that I use the colors to the left and to the right of the complementary color. So I'm going to use the red-orange and the red-violet to paint this turtle. And I'm not going to be as bold as that. I'm going to use what are called tints of those colors. And tint is just when you add white to a color. You've got tints when you add white, shades when you add black. And then what's the last one they have here? Oh, tone. What do they define tone as on this? Tone, if I had to guess, I'm going to guess, because it doesn't define tone on here. I think tone is probably when you add gray, which is adding white and black to a color. That's what I would have to guess. Yep, there it is. Tone is the color plus gray. So that is what I'm going to do for each one of these. This one's going to be green, and then split complementary. All right, let's go paint all these. I have these little jars of paint that I keep on a shelf next to my painting area where I mix all the colors, and I'm able to reuse them. Marty came to join me for a little bit. So I reuse all the colors. Some colors, if I need just little bits, I don't reuse them. And then I just add white as needed to lighten it up because it's the same color as the heart as I'm using in the belly to kind of keep the color scheme going. Adding that purple now. I'm going to add some darker little marks later. Oh, I guess lighter marks. Surprising even myself here. Sloth. Moving on to the sloth. Painting it all brown, adding in some white. Look at that go. This was probably my favorite color that I used throughout the whole process. This kind of minty greenish blue color. And then I took that, added a little bit of black to it to get this color. And then my camera died while I was doing the penguin. So this is all you're going to see of me doing the penguin. And they're finished. It's always quite interesting to see the no line work, just the painting. I think some of the painting goes away when I add the line work to it, like the color transitions that I use, but it doesn't really go away. It becomes less noticeable. It's still worth putting in. It's almost midnight here and Marty is running and galloping around in the bottom of the studio in the basement. And I've got all three of the, what I'm going to call fashionable friends. I've got the fashionable sloth, the fashionable turtle, and the fashionable penguin all finished up. Also, I had to print a couple t-shirts. That's why I'm up late tonight. And I also had to pull a couple prints too of the jackalope that you saw. I'll put a picture of it up on the screen. Woohoo, look. Right there. So what I guess, but I finished these three. This is the turtle right there, finished up. But I guess it's time for me to say goodbye. And Marty's running around. See, she gets crazy at night. Yeah. This week was a little bit hectic for me because I had the other projects working in the background. I had a freelance project, and I'm going to have that freelance project carry into next week as well. I had another freelance project that I was working on too, and then I think I'm going to have to print about 100 t-shirts for a company early next week. So I don't know about how much I'm going to be able to do for a vlog. I'll try to do something for you guys. I know I've got a lot of client work that I need to work on next week too. So it's hard to prioritize things right now. Anywho, that's what I got going on next week. And this is what I did this week. Hopefully you enjoyed the three friends. I didn't get to my guinea pig, but I'll get to that next time. But thank you for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me this week. And I'll see y'all later. Thanks. Bye.